I have no clue what to talk about. Like, literally, there's, like, nothing in my mind right now.
That doesn't surprise me in the least.
You know what? Let's just cue the intro. Hello guys, it's Two Latin Brothers Podcast, also known as T.L.B.P. I'm Victor.
And I'm Adrian.
And we're back at it again, just joking. That's like becoming like the second part of the intro. It's like the subtro. Subtro? Does that work?
I don't even know what you'd call a second intro.
Subtro.
You can't start inventing words.
I'm making it a thing. It's going to be the intro after the intro. You'll see, it'll catch on one day.
I don't know about that.
It'll be a subtro.
I'm not about this.
Oh yeah,
No.
subtro.
So what are we talking about? Just bring a topic to the table.
Subtros. And
No,
why
no,
they
no.
should be included in
No,
society.
No, that's like a subtitle.
Exactly.
No, can you please? Did you bring a topic to the table?
I literally said I have no clue what
You
to
have
talk about.
nothing?
I have nothing.
Okay, well, I have something we can talk about.
Okay.
You ready?
Yeah.
Okay, so recently.
Is it recent?
I mean, I guess it's recent.
Okay.
I mean, I don't know if it's... Well,
Okay, just go with the story.
okay, for us it's recent. So you start school, right?
Yeah.
And everybody knows this. Everybody starts school, right?
Yes.
And in Canada, as it stands, COVID keeps going up, and now
Yes.
people are showing up sick, even from who are online and all that stuff.
Yeah.
Anyway, so it's interesting that the way that this is happening,
Yeah.
and it's playing out,
Mm-hmm.
and apparently, I was reading this article like a day or two ago, that says if Canadians don't slow down with like the way we're going, we'll be getting 1,000 cases a day,
Yeah, I could see that happening.
which is a terrifying thought.
Yeah, I could see that happening.
No, that's a terrifying thought.
Literally, at this point, I wouldn't be caught off guard by that. I'd be
Also,
like, well, you guys didn't do anything.
I just
so...
love the Premier of Ontario,
Oh, yeah.
the province that we're in. He is so direct to people.
Yes.
Like, he is, what is it, like, people have been, like, because when we do contact tracing, people, like, you're supposed to put down your name and your phone number. Like, so that way, like, in case someone walks in who had COVID or tested COVID, they're able to track
Yeah.
back to that location, then call everybody who was there when that person was there, and then they can
Yeah.
get to, right? But what happened is that apparently there's a group in Niagara Falls
Yes.
who's been they've been telling people to put down the Premier's name and number
Oh.
to spoof the thing. And they asked him what he thought about this. And he's like, I don't have time for these yahoos to be messing around with the system. He's like, this is very unfortunate. You should be thinking about your behavior. Like, he just called them out. Like, just
It's like, why would you do that?
Yeah.
It's to help us.
Yeah, of course. But it's not just to help us. They're affecting their own community, right?
Yeah.
Like, this is happening in Niagara Falls. But what's interesting is he just doesn't care. Like, he just calls them out, like, for their,
Yeah.
and then moves on, which I found very interesting. I was like, this guy is just, like, he's not holding anything back. He's just going for it.
Yeah.
And
He's like, he's just going for it. He's sending.
Well, yeah, but I mean, at the same time, there are a lot of things that he has done that has helped the country stay at a more stable way.
Yeah.
Like, I mean, not everyone's happy, but you can't always make everybody happy. They're doing everything with the intention to help as many people as physically possible,
Yeah.
while also keeping every Canadian safe at the same time, right? So there are all these, I can't imagine what it's like, right? Like, to be making these kinds of decisions. Like, the amount of stress this poor man has been under for the past 6-9 months must be driving him insane.
Uh-huh.
But, yeah. Well, no, 7 months. 7 months? 7 months? Yeah, 7 months. So, how's school?
It's fine.
It's fine.
Yeah.
Nothing interesting.
No, literally nothing. That's why I mean, when I say
Did you
I
hear
have
that,
nothing, it means like I have nothing.
Did you hear how apparently Minecraft got added to Smash Bros?
Yeah, I did, actually.
Yeah.
Thanks to Brennan.
It was like a meme.
I saw like his.
I like how it was a meme for like the longest time.
No, I know.
And now it's like real.
Now it's a real thing.
It's
now everybody wants to be Steve.
it's
Yeah.
it's so bizarre. I don't know.
Watch. Something's gonna happen. There's gonna be a tournament or something, and somebody's gonna win as Steve. It's gonna happen. Because somebody's gonna be like, "There's a Steve.
Yeah.
Steve must win."
I've always been a big Kirby fan.
I know you.
Just what is it? I remember when I used to play with some friends in college. We used to go to a guy's house and we'd play Smash, and they would always be battling each other. And because we were 3 people, I would just linger off to the side I'd just be like figuring, because like it'd been so long since I played, I'd be like figuring out the combos, and then out of nowhere I'd just come out of nowhere with a, because Kirby has a hammer.
Yeah.
Just come out of nowhere and swing my hammer. They'd be like, "Yo, that hammer, bro!" Just out of nowhere, and they were like, "When did you?" I'm like, "I just figured it out right now."
It's like I was like figuring everything out.
It's like I just gotta figure this out.
Yeah.
It had been so long, and I'd always play as Kirby. I don't know. Just I'm a fan. Yeah. Kirby. That's what's up.
Uh-huh.
Yeah.
Yeah.
I
never noticed.
You never noticed? It's just a giant. What is it? I can't remember who. We had a friend who thought it was like a Pokemon.
Oh yeah, they thought it was a Jigglypuff.
Yeah, and I was like, no, they are not.
You know what Kirby is? Isn't that a Pokemon?
And I was like, no, it's hurt.
What to talk about? There's literally almost nothing to talk about.
We went for a walk the other day, and it was cold.
It didn't feel that cold.
I mean, it was like cool.
It was cool.
It's finally sweater weather.
Yeah,
because
I
it's
always
fall.
struggle to say that. Sweater weather.
Sweater weather.
Sweater.
Because it's weather with the letter S in front of it.
I can't do it. It's like my mouth doesn't want to enunciate. It's like sweater weather.
I don't know. I feel like
I say wetter.
Okay, look, it feels bizarre that it's already fall.
Yeah.
At the
same time, I'm just like, we're just coming out of winter. Like, what is going on?
At the same time, winter for me, like, okay, so March is starting to feel like a lifetime ago, because
for me it's like yesterday.
Well, no, because I mean, the days I feel like, okay, so for example,
you know why it feels like yesterday for me? Because I had a water bottle from a hotel we were at in March, like in the beginning of March. And I drank that water bottle recently.
Really?
Yeah.
Okay, so look, here's the thing for me. Okay, so for example, today was the first day I slept in so long, because I barely slept last night, because there was like all this noise. I don't know how you sleep through all the noise.
Bro, you just gotta turn over.
I can't do that.
Roll yourself over.
I can't do that.
Bro,
I don't...
literally, just grab yourself and knock yourself out.
So look, I didn't wake up today till like 11 o'clock. And I woke up and I was like, oh, it's probably like 9. And I look at my phone and it's 11, and I'm like,
why would they be doing this in such times?
No, it's just, okay, so at 2 in the morning, there were like sirens going off, and it was just the worst.
So it was an emergency. It was reasonable.
Reasonable
noise.
But then there was some guy walking his dog, okay?
Okay.
And he had this horrible, like, smoker's cough, and it was the most annoying thing on this planet. Like, I think he walked by like 12 or 6 times. I was like, how many dogs is this man? Is he walking? Is he walking each dog individually? Like, what's going on?
No, they just do laps.
It was so annoying.
That's literally it.
Anyway.
Some laps. Roll yourself over. Knock yourself out. Literally, since my bed is big enough for me to have 2 pillows, I literally sleep in between the pillows, so that both my ears are covered sometimes.
I can't do that.
And then I
curl up in the middle of my bed. Like in the dead center.
That's the mistake. See, if you're going to be in the dead center in the middle, split your 2 pillows. Split your 2 pillows to each side and make sure both your ears are covered. It's like earplugs. It's like magic. But just do it.
Okay.
So that way when the sun goes down, you go down.
You cannot do that.
I'm so sorry.
Cannot quote.
I just quoted a comedian. Great guy.
If anybody knows,
I was gonna say, we should get him on the podcast.
You should work on that.
I should really work on that. That's probably not going to happen, but I should work on that.
I don't know. I feel like there is nothing really to talk about this week.
I know, but yet we've talked for like 8 minutes.
Is this the first week we actually have nothing to talk about?
Like, let's talk about that.
How we have nothing?
How we have nothing. Okay, like, most of the time we have, like, nothing to talk about, but, like, this week has been so uneventful. That's just, like, well, especially, like, for me, because I just wake up in the morning and then go to school in my living room.
I mean, I have nothing fun to report either. Like, all I do is I wake up in the morning, look for jobs, and then around noon give up, and then just kind of like
that's basically
I kind of like catch up on the news, see what, because at 12 we get information about COVID and all that, so I watch that, and then I go and like I open up our inbox, check what's going on, and then I reply to email. Like, it's just there's a lot of stuff that like, and then I have like, and every week I have to set apart time to edit this, and then you finish school, and then you're like, let's play a game or let's do something, let's go for
because I just spend my life wasting away on information I'm probably never gonna use.
No, I know. So then I'm like, okay, so I stop everything I'm doing and I go help you, and it's a whole thing, like right. So that's like my day to day, but like I'm not doing anything like super wow.
Yeah. So get this today. Okay, so this is the one eventful thing that happened today. my teacher told us to drop paper. That was it.
Drop paper.
Drop paper. Just like just plain sheet of paper. Drop it.
Is it gravity?
Not just gravity. Just air resistance and why it does what it does when it tips and just all that. It was the most like you would probably have fallen asleep. Not gonna lie.
I think I went to this in physics class.
But like you just drop a piece of paper, and it's just like now explain what happened, and I'm just like. Somebody get this guy like some kind of like energy boost because he's like so boring right now.
I remember I had it. It's like a.
Oh, and he also told. Well, yesterday he told us to throw a pencil.
At what?
Just up and catch it. He's like, "What did you notice?" I'm just like, "Well, I threw a pencil
up in the air
and I caught it." And which children?
No, I threw a pencil up in the air and it came back down
and it stabbed my hand. No, literally, there was somebody in the class who was just like, I guaranteed somebody just hurt themselves, and somebody literally wrote, "I'm so sorry. I literally just did that." It was great.
I don't know. These are the things.
I mean, like, why do I have to know how fast a rock is falling into a well?
Why not?
When am I ever gonna use this?
I mean, what if you become someone who does like the math for like a meteor coming to Earth, and you need to know the math of what the rate it's got? You know, what if you become an astrologist and you discover the end of the world because the meteor is coming to kill us?
First off, I just give up being just no. You know, just no. I would not go for that job. No offense to those who want to like
study the stars.
Study the stars, you know, all that jazz.
That's cool.
That's not me. Like, honestly, like it's not that hard to just like I can calculate the velocity of something falling, but that's just like plain logic to me. But to normal people,
I mean, but you gotta keep in account wind resistance.
You know, acceleration will always just be 9.8.
Okay, fine. But still,
it could be okay if you're like in the equator. Fine, it's 9.7.
Yeah, I was about to hit on the different gravity things. You know.
Yeah. Okay, fine.
Like,
if you're in the equator, I'm sorry.
What if
gravitational pull is different?
What if you're on Mount Everest?
Okay, we're not gonna go there. You can jump higher. You can run faster. It's like this whole thing.
Yeah.
That's why when the Olympics happened in Mexico, the results of numbers were changed.
What?
Yeah, so if you go back to the Olympics of Mexico and look at the results of the year before, the numbers change by a lot. By like a few like seconds.
Really?
Yeah, because since they were more closer to the equator, they were lighter, faster, so
that's interesting.
The results were different.
Yeah, that's interesting.
Yeah, so in a way it was unfair. Because beating records was easier.
Is that why it was never done in Mexico again?
No. It's just they don't take it into account, but like it should be. But
that's interesting, actually. Yeah. Now that you say that, I had never thought. What about like?
I love how you're just like, what? Oh my god!
Like it's never something. I mean, like,
imagine Usain Bolt's record right now. Imagine if he went to the equator.
Okay, look, this is the thing. I'm not one to dwell on these types of things.
I know. I totally was.
I mean, no human dwells on these types of things. Like you don't take these kinds of things into account.
I totally.
But they should be taken into. You know, like it's really bizarre because. Technically,
I know, like, if everybody just wants to compete when it's in Mexico again now, like, because they want the results to be faster or anywhere near the equator, because the planet isn't a circle; it's more like a oval thing. Yeah. So it's like a squished, squished sphere.
Some guy comes in. No, the Earth is flat.
Okay, get out. I don't need these kind of listeners.
Wow.
I'm sorry.
I don't know.
I mean, no offense.
But sorry.
Like,
you're entitled to believe whatever you want.
Exactly.
Marvel finally cast their Miss Marvel, the first Muslim superhero.
Okay.
I just found it interesting.
All right.
I don't know.
Yeah.
I'm going to change.
Okay.
I mean, no, it's like, what is it?
Like, what do you want me? You want me to be ecstatic about it? Like, I don't know. I've been waiting years for this. No, I mean, literally, it came out not that long ago.
So here's the thing. So. It happened like 2 days ago, maybe one. No, 2 days ago.
I had the day of to be happy and excited.
Okay, so look, you know who Kamal Nanjiani is?
No.
Okay, he's a comedian. He's from Pakistan.
No, I'm just kidding. I know who he is.
Okay, so he's gonna be also in a Marvel movie soon, The Eternals.
That's great.
Yeah. Okay.
Yeah,
so he.
I can't wait for that.
Yeah. Anyway, so he tweeted out like, you know, this is gonna have a very big impact on me.
Yes.
Not just on me, but on like a lot of like younger people, you know,
yes.
Because you know, like for the Middle Eastern community anyway, like, you know, they've grown up and there's never been like a superhero
for them,
right? Like, and it's interesting that like now that in this time where like representation and diversity is everything, like we're moving forward.
We're trying to make everything equal, and we're doing it slowly, but it's going.
Which is really interesting. It's like what is it? There's this podcast I was listening to where this guy was saying how he's like, say I'm up for the role of Superman. He's like, he's Middle Eastern, he's Syrian, and he's like, and there's this other guy named let's say Steve. Steve is going for the role
Minecraft,
and he's white.
Okay.
Well, let's say, right, you know, like, you know, he's
but Steve isn't white in Minecraft.
He's like, no, let's say that he's...
Oh wait, no.
Can I finish?
I'm just not gonna. Okay, go.
Can I?
Okay.
So,
I'm sorry.
So say that we're both up for the role of Superman. Okay, he's like, and say that Steve, you know, is for the role. I would tell them to give him the role, because when has Superman ever been a Syrian boy from America? You know, like, it makes no sense, right? So he's like, I get that, but he's like, we need to stop like forcing it in, and like going back to the beginning and creating characters that come from that root. And this character is like that, right? She comes from that.
She comes from the root.
From the root, right? So it's like,
instead of like trying to change what the character is, we'd rather just, you know, create a new character, so that those who really enjoyed the original character aren't complaining about it, and there's like no, you know, there's not like backlash on the decisions made.
So Marvel in the last couple of years has created a bunch of like, in our case, a bunch of like Latino superheroes.
Oh yeah.
And they've also created like there's even like a few Australian ones now. So a few Japanese, like they're like
we're creating diversity.
New characters. Well, also like with the thing that's really cool with this is that because they have the Inhumans and the X-Men, literally anybody could become a superhero.
I know. Like literally, you can just you could be walking in the street and be like, "Whoa, I got superpowers now," because that's like basically how it works at that point.
Well, that's kind of how it works in their universe, right? But I think it's cool how...
I mean, it'd be pretty cool if it was like that here, but at the same time, like, the amount of destruction you see happen in the movies, all these countries would be in so much more debt than they already are. Like, if you really think about it. Okay, now imagine the Avengers.
Like, the problem...
No, the first Avengers. Just imagine all that destruction, okay? Happening, like, once a month. Okay? You know how much money it takes to rebuild everything? At that point, just leave it broken. It's broke. You know, just leave it. Like, what's the point?
Well,
we know it's gonna happen again next month.
I get that, but like...
And like, how is every superhero saving the world? Like, honestly. Like, Spider-Man swinging around, why doesn't like another superhero show up to help him? There's so many superheroes in New York. And
because they're busy.
And there's almost no one there.
Because
like,
they're busy.
There's so many, even irrelevant ones that we don't talk about, are based in New York.
Because they're like, a few of them retire now, you know.
Okay, look. I'm not getting into this whole retire business. I'm talking, there's an excessive amount of superheroes. How in the world is there no backup for when these people are dying?
Because, like, okay, so look. So, also, I think we need to take into account there's a lot of bad guys.
Yes,
every superhero has their bad guys.
Superhero. And they're all trying... Well, why is every bad guy's, like, intention to, like, destroy the world? Or conquer the world, you know?
It's all power, bro.
It's all power-driven.
It's a power move.
Okay, but look. Once you own... Let's say you own all of Earth. Okay? You are the dictator. Okay? What now?
That's a very good question.
Now you have the stress of running a planet.
Not really.
Well, you can have subordinates.
I mean, you could always just let it fall into chaos.
Or, straight up anarchy. But then you're not a dictator. Then you don't have the power that you've been craving. So why would you do that?
What if they're fighting for their freedom? For anarchy?
Okay, you have anarchy. Now the world's burning. And now CEO levels.
It doesn't matter. No one thinks of that.
Okay, but look. Either way, if there was anarchy. Okay, let's say instantaneous anarchy right now. I wouldn't be living in this house right now. Because I probably just shot Bill Gates. No, I'm just joking.
How did you get to the wall?
Okay, What do you mean? How did I get? I can just pick up a car, get a plane. There's no rules.
Where are you gonna get a plane?
Literally, bro. There's like an airport not that far from here. Anyways,
but you don't have keys.
The world. I don't need keys. Literally,
you can't hotwire a plane.
You kind of can't. Okay,
but one more thing.
The whole world would just be in chaos. Yes. In a few years' time, there'd be no breathable air. We'd all die.
Okay, but
the human race would just cease.
We're not thinking about that.
Yeah, we wouldn't be thinking about that. That's why we die.
We're currently not thinking about that.
Well, technically we are. It's like on the side, but we are.
I mean,
again, it's on the side, but we are.
I mean, California's on fire.
Yes.
It's every year. It's on fire. Every year.
Yes.
Australia last year in the ending of it was on fire.
Yes.
And the Amazon is. I don't even know if
I don't even know.
I don't know.
What is the Amazon at this point? Like, is it should we call it Amazon or should we call it dried up land?
I don't know anymore. But the biggest issue is that
like it's been like if it's still burning, it's been burning for a really long time now. There's almost no Amazon. like if you really think about it,
the Amazon is huge.
No, I know. But if you really think about it, imagine because flames spread, okay, and they spread rapid.
It's a rainforest.
Listen. No, wait, no, never mind. It wouldn't be spreading so fast.
Because it's a rainforest.
Not just because of
because everything's wet.
Yeah, just a few other things.
Yeah.
Well, it's because you know what? I'm just not gonna go there.
I can't watch you right now. I can't watch you right now.
So anarchy, we all died.
Okay, so now we're all dead.
Yeah, now that we're all dead.
How does the human race move forward?
Space.
Why space?
We moved to space.
We
live in space and we just stay there.
I can't do this.
And we eat algae for the rest of our life.
That's not how this works.
It's easy to grow.
We
could also take a bit of dirt with us and plant some potatoes.
This isn't the Martian.
We could also do that.
Is it when he grows potatoes in Martian soil?
No, yeah.
That's a lot of work.
Yeah, that's yeah. He had to use poop.
Yeah, we know. We all saw the movie.
Fertilize.
We all saw the movie.
Yeah. Also, the burning hydrogen idea was
to create water. Yeah,
that's how I know he deserved to be in space.
Well, no, that's real science. That's what it is.
Burning hydrogen
because of the atmosphere and the air. And he's like, how do I make
and then
water?
the whole idea of like the plastic wall thing even better. Like he created its own ecosystem.
That's exactly what he did.
Like it was great.
Well,
he created moisture in the
It's
air.
really funny when he's like trying. He's like trial and error.
Which is also technically like, but like I'm thinking like, how do they still have oxygen? Because like that's the one thing. Because like he was staying there. Of course you have oxygen,
yeah,
but like,
but the thing was like because when he was burning the hydrogen, he was also gaining more oxygen. Like as a byproduct.
No, I know. As a byproduct, he was creating like
oxygen and water.
Yeah.
So because of that, it was like a dual purpose thing.
I mean, like if it like rained, I guess you could use a hydrolysis, which just separates particles.
But it doesn't rain because he's inside. He's not controlling, right? All of this stuff.
Okay, what were we talking about again?
About the Martian.
Oh yeah, and how we're gonna move to space.
No, we're not moving
because
to space.
we're all gonna die.
No, we're not going.
Humans have killed the Earth.
You can't keep killing people.
We all die.
Why is it everybody has to die?
Because everybody does die.
I mean, everybody dies. So
in the end, everybody will die.
What if we discover immortality?
Okay. First, I'm not gonna go there right now. Second, we must die so that we can live.
What if we discover immortality? Then nobody dies. Then we all just stay alive forever.
Okay.
You know, population control would be the biggest problem.
I know, because everybody's just creating like people all the time.
You know what's interesting too is like in every movie and every show where they show like someone living forever, they always go insane at the end.
No.
Like people who live too long. Like what is it?
Not everyone.
Well, most.
Not all of them go insane.
Yeah.
But most of them do because you live a life, then you create a life, and then you're like, oh, this is working out. You know, this will be fine.
Yeah.
And then you witness all your loved ones die and perish, and you still alive, and then you're just like, well, what's the point of living? So then you go into a moment of like where you try to think about finding a way to kill yourself because you can't live with this anymore, and then you realize there is no way to kill yourself, so then you try making a new family, and then it doesn't work out again, and then they just die again in front of you, and then that's why they go insane.
Literally the plot point of every movie with an immortal being.
Yeah, I know. Like, let's write a movie right now. He was immortal, he went crazy at the end.
He was immortal, he went crazy at the end. No, I get
like, because you just witness everybody die.
Yeah, I guess that's what sucks.
I mean, let's say nuclear war. Boom. The planet is gone. Would he just be in a constant state of dying and reliving and dying and reliving and dying and reliving?
This is an old card.
What do you mean?
You know how they die and they come back and they die and they come back. But like that's not how.
You just mean like a constant living?
Yeah, I mean like
you can't die. Like a building squishes you.
No. I mean like okay, for example, say like you can like
because there's a difference between indestructible and like
yeah. Like say you don't age, okay?
Okay.
But like you can still get injured, like physically harmed, right?
Yeah. So if like are you saying like I can stab your heart
and I'll die?
And you'll die?
Yeah.
But like if you like the vampire idea.
Okay, sure, yeah.
How like you can pierce their heart
with
a stake and they die.
Yeah.
Okay,
But if
so
you never do
that
that,
kind of so your plan is to never die, but still have the option of
still
death.
have pain.
Okay, no.
Yes.
No, because then that wouldn't be the vampire idea.
No, listen. I'm not going with the vampire idea. Here's the thing. So you're still human for starters.
Okay, so Wolverine idea, concept.
No, because he can heal himself. You
Okay,
have no
so no healing. Okay. No regenerate. No
I
quick
mean, like,
no quick regen.
Yeah.
But you can live forever.
Yeah.
Okay, I take your heart. You still living?
No, I'm dead.
So that's the vampire idea. I can still kill you. So the live forever.
Because vampires can't go
without
out in the sunlight.
Okay, look. Yeah, well, depending where you're getting this from.
Anyway,
okay.
I'm just trying to explain to you how a normal human being, right? Like,
okay, a normal human being, no health, no regen, no quick regen. You can live forever.
Yeah.
But still, you have the way of dying.
Yes.
So that's what I said in the first place.
If I get fatally wounded, I'm gonna die.
Okay.
It's like elves. It's like elves.
Okay.
Elves are like this.
Depending on the elf.
Can you just stop? Okay, the Lord of the Rings elves are like this.
Okay, depending on the elves.
I mean, they're reborn somewhere else, but that's not the point.
Okay, depending on the elves.
Okay, but what I'm getting at is that, like, see, just stop dying.
It still depends.
Okay, so
yes.
I can't even. Where are we going with this?
Well, I don't know where we're just kind of going in circles. So basically, immortality with a cop-out death.
Yes.
So basically, you just ruined the whole movies. You just ruined every movie because they go insane and they try to look for a way to kill themselves, but it's just as easy as to pierce my own heart.
Okay, so look, here's the thing, right? Because it would basically come down to the point where, like, the character would run into a position where they're able to end their own life,
but then come to the realization that they value life.
Exactly. It's full circle.
But what if they're just actually psychos? They'll just kill themselves and that'll be the end of the movie.
I mean, okay, sure, but what psycho would write a movie like
that? Also, they don't know. They don't know if they stay dead.
Okay, fine.
Because you do regenerate along with time. Oh wait, no, but you said no regeneration. Like
you
no,
just stay.
You
like
just
stay. A
so basically,
age.
if you lose,
say you turn 30 and you just stay 30 forever.
Okay, I turn 30 and I stay 30 forever, which means that if I did stab my heart, it'd be like a normal human being, right? So my heart wouldn't regenerate. I'd actually be dead. Yeah. Okay.
But
what if I got a heart transplant? I just live forever again? Or since I switched out the body part, is that a whole different story now?
Yeah, you can't go into what ifs, bro. Like, this is already what if, and that's like another.
Bro, I'm
like
trying to build a movie here.
Like, 5 to 6 what ifs in. Like, I cannot do.
Let's talk about time.
No, that is too much. Like, I mean, at one point, I feel like people would get to the. I feel like we'd just get to a point where living it's too much.
Yeah,
like
you get to a point where you're just like, okay, I think it's my time.
Yeah,
but look, after your first love, you feel like dying.
I mean, sure, but like,
okay,
what if their last words were like, "You have to keep living"? Now what?
Screw them.
No, like,
I want to die. You're dying. Let me die.
No, because they have the ability to die, but naturally, but you don't, because you don't age.
Yeah. Okay, but now look. Now my children. Okay.
No. You know.
Now
what we need?
my
no,
children.
No, you know
die.
what we need. No, you know what we need. We need a character who falls in love with someone who has like a deadly illness, and they have to live with the fact that they live forever while this person is slowly dying.
I think that's already a movie.
Is it a movie?
I think it's a book.
It would be really interesting because like it's like the complete like reverse role where like the main character is the one who's supposed to die, but then the other person's die, and you're like, what is going on?
Yeah, but I mean, if they're like exactly like us, then they could like, let's say they could die because of COVID. They're like, I'm immortal. COVID kills them.
I mean, what if you don't get COVID though?
I know, but like, what if they did get COVID? They just die.
Yeah, they just die.
What's the point of being immortal?
No, because
just die. There's so living for so long. How are you not gonna catch some kind of like thing going around that's killing
like
everybody?
look at us right now. We're living.
But we're gonna die eventually, anyways.
I mean, yes.
Okay, look, there are so many instances you can live out if you live forever. One of them involves you getting hit by a bus and dying, or drowning in a river, or getting eaten by a shark, or something. Actually, there has to be something. More likely to be hit by lightning than eaten by a shark. Anyways.
Actually, you're more likely to be hit by a coconut than being eaten by a shark.
Yes, but that's not the point.
And
you can live so many instances. So many.
Yes, there are thousands upon millions.
Not unless you're some kind of librarian.
There are thousands of millions of ways to die. But like, I think the point of it is like,
no offense to librarians.
I mean, you go out. What if a shelf falls on you and it crushes you?
Unlikely, but possible. I guess. Yeah, it's possible.
Yeah. Okay. So what if there's? Never mind. You know what? But like, it's not about how you die. It's about how you go about living your life, right?
Okay.
So that would be the
So
story.
if I go live my life as a daredevil, I'll probably die my first stunt because I'm not a daredevil.
Well, no, what I'm trying to get at is like people who, if people were immortal like this, but still have the ability to die through like fatal wound, like or like through disease, it would change so many because it wouldn't be about how much time you have. It would be about the impact. Like life is already
like
about
how you choose to live your life.
Exactly. And
like
the
what you
impact
do
cause.
day by day. Like because like see once people discover you live forever, because if you tried to live your life like a normal human being, you'd have to be moving around constantly.
Yeah.
Because you could never stay in the same spot. Because
like,
everybody would start aging and you'd be staying the same. And then people ask questions and then there's scientists that figure this out and they're just like, we gotta dissect this person to make everybody like this.
You'd probably have to move every like 15 years.
What age did we say they stop at?
Okay, let's say you stop aging at 30.
Okay.
You can pass as a 25-year-old to a 35-year-old, right? So that's like 10 years.
Yeah.
You'd have 10 years. Every 10 years you'd have to move
every 10
around.
years you'd have to move. And like you can't go to the same place twice.
Well, no, unless of course like say like there's like 1,000 you
They'd
let a
have-
generation.
There would have to be 150 years between each.
No.
Yes.
No.
Because children could remember you.
Okay, sure, but like say like none of your friends are children. Like say okay, for example, say like you meet a family, right?
Okay.
And they have like 2 little kids, like 2 and like one's 3 and one's 2, right?
Yeah.
Or 1, or they were just born, right?
Mm-hmm.
These 3 and
okay, so
newly
not
born,
150
yeah.
years. We could say 110.
Like 80.
No, I'd say 110.
I'd say 80.
I'd say 110.
80.
I'd say 110.
80.
Because you still have
No,
the
because
ability.
also think about it. Okay, say you meet a 10-year-old, right?
Okay.
You leave, right? They're 10, right? When you leave, you come back. In 80 years, they're going to be 90. You think they're going to remember an instance when they were 10?
I mean, there's some people that
Okay,
are
sure.
in their 90s and they're up here.
Okay, yeah.
They're really
but what
there.
I'm getting at is like...
The likelihood of seeing them on the street, they're most likely not walking
they're
out
probably
of the
going to
street.
think they're their kid, right?
Yeah.
Like if you see... They're like, yo, that looks just like... It's probably his kid or a relative,
Yeah.
right? Like you don't think, oh, it's the same guy.
Okay, fine. 80 years.
Right?
We'll
So
go with 80.
it doesn't like the...
I'd go with 100. Just make sure they're all died out. Just like, honestly, why risk it?
But why would anybody make that kind of questions?
I mean, there's some movies, bro, and there's some realities. Just like to eliminate the entire possibility.
I like how we went full deep dive into this.
I know,
like
this
it's
is,
just
like, crazy.
It's insane.
See, I'm still in like that school mode, so like my focus is like still very there.
I feel like we lost our entire audience with
I
this
know
conversation.
this conversation is just very
We should
like it's a conversation.
title this. This is boring.
No, we should title this conversation. No, we should title this. I don't know.
No, I'm gonna title it. We had nothing to talk about.
That's too long.
It's fine.
Just literally put IDK. I don't know.
Okay, yeah, sure. Why not?
Yeah, there you go.
I think we should leave it. I think we should.
We should just leave it there.
We should just
Honestly,
leave it
there's like nothing.
Is there anything else you would like to say to the people?
Stay home, stay safe. Don't let the numbers go up. You know.
If you'd like to be a guest, to DM us.
Yeah, if you'd like to be a guest, DM us.
If you're listening to this and you'd like to be a guest on our podcast and you have an interesting story to tell that you'd like to share with the world, please feel free to DM us.
Yes, please do.
If you don't feel comfortable sharing your story,
or you just want to write us a sentence, like, or you just want to ask us a question and you want our like not so valid input on it, like
not so valid input on it.
Like we'll totally do it. Like we'll answer. Like, whatever. Like, if you want us to talk about donkeys and why there's mules and stuff.
What?
I don't know, like...
What does that have to do with anything?
Exactly! We'll do it!
Well, you know what? I don't...
Like, you know what I mean? It could be, like, the most obscure thing you could think of. Just make sure it's PG. And we'll talk about it.
Okay.
Yeah.
I mean, there have been a few that weren't PG, though. I was just like, scrap that.
Yeah. Where we're gonna go with this? Oh, yeah, we're gonna end this. Yeah, so stay safe, you know... Don't go out unless it's absolutely necessary. Walks are good, but make sure you're social distancing. Yeah. That's basically it. Share, subscribe, follow, DM us. Send us your voice on Anchor. You guys can support us on Anchor too. If you want to send us some money, make sure these episodes are coming out more consistently.
Check out our Instagram. We're going to be posting.
Yeah,
or
most likely.
Someone's going to try to post.
Or something's going to... I don't know. It'll just be like a pinky.
What?
No, I'm just kidding. I'm kidding. I don't know what it'll be.
It's just like a picture of like your pinky.
I don't know. Maybe we'll post something.
Yeah.
Yeah, that's a good idea. Yeah. Catch you guys on the next one. Peace.
Bye.